Welcome to Shorts with Thom. And no, I'm not talking about the ones you wear. Ladies and gents, it is Injury Report Wednesday. Bills head coach Sean McDermott told WGR 550 that linebacker Matt Milano with a pectoral injury and defensive tackle Ed Oliver and his ankle injury have been officially ruled out for Thursday's game against the Dolphins. So what does this mean for the Bills? It means a few things. First thing we're going to look at, Thigh Doctor tweeted Matt Milano's real injury, his right pec. When the video plays along, you can see him roll over supporting his arm after contact with the turf, right? So if we remember, Bernard missed 2 weeks for a pec injury in 2024. Matt Milano missed 2 games, then played 2 games, and then went into IR for 4 in 2020. A reasonable expectation to see Matt Milano back on the field. They're looking 2 to 3 weeks, barring that there is no IR needed for him. He is getting up there in age, so that's something to definitely be looking at with the Buffalo Bills. Another thing, we need to look for Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard, and Joe Andreessen to step up and shut down the Dolphins' run game, who have been averaging roughly 4.4 yards per rush this season. And look, with Ed Oliver out, we need to look for Daquan Jones, Deion Walker, and TJ Jones to shut down shut down those running lanes and collapse that pocket around Tua and start forcing Tua into some really bad things. And hopefully our edge rushers can get up there and Joey Bosa can start doing his thing. As far as a few of the other injuries, McDermott did say so. One thing first, I will say, in the podcast, I was talking about how cornerback Taron Johnson said he was ready to go. So this came from messaging saying of Taron Johnson saying, "Hey guys, I'm ready to go. I look good." However, McDermott did say that Taron Johnson was still with that quad injury, defensive back Cam Lewis and his shoulder injury, and linebacker Shaq Thompson with his hamstring in hand are all questionable for Thursday night's game, as all 3 of them have been limited in practice this week. So that's something to look forward to. I'm thinking these guys are going to be more of a game time decision by McDermott, but let's see how that actually goes. As far as anybody else on the injury report, we have defensive back Jordan Hancock with his shoulder. However, he was a full participant all 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and does not carry any injury designation into the game Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins. So huge coming back with Jordan Hancock. Love to see him come back there. We will switch over one thing. Kind of want to just touch a little bit on the Dolphins injury report that they actually put out. So they actually have 3 players that are confirmed out for the game as of now. Storm Duck, cornerback with an ankle injury. Ifatu Melifonwu, safety with a calf injury. I probably butchered that name. I am really sorry. And Darren Waller, the tight end with the hip injury, was limited in practice, and they are not going to let him go this time. 3 of the big questionable players that look like they're possibly going to be either game time decisions or they're probably not going to run them against Buffalo, try to keep them healthy or at least let them get back to healthy. Benito Jones, defensive tackle, has an oblique injury. Chop Robinson, linebacker with a knee injury. And one big one that'll help Buffalo out is Jalen Waddle. Showed up Monday on the injury report with a shoulder injury. And all 3 of them were limited in practice all week. With a short turnaround, a lot of these guys could be game time decisions. And most of them could just be scratches for this week and let them move on, right? So that's another thing we have to look at with Buffalo, and a few of these guys that could be coming back, right? With cornerback Taron Johnson, Cam Lewis, and Shaq Thompson, right? With such a quick turnaround this week, is it necessary that Buffalo needs them? I'm not too certain about it, but we'll just keep our eyes open on that stuff and see how that goes. Other than that, this has been Injury Report Wednesday. Love you guys. Go Bills. God bless. See you soon.